welcome to episode 9 of MimiQA. Welcome to this awful morning. It's so cold here, waiting at Tynemouth Market. Again, waiting at Tynemouth Market. Hopefully, we'll have some lovely TikTok fans to keep me entertained this morning. It is starting to get very, very cold these mornings. And if you're listening in on the podcast, I don't think you're going to get the full effect of how I am dressed this morning. I have got about 3 layers on this morning in this chilly automobile. I have my MimiQ hat on with a little kind of a skull cappy woolly hat thing going on, just to keep my ears warm. And I've actually got a blanket over me. I look like I look a right state. I must admit, I look a right state this morning. But we are here for another Tynemouth Market. Hopefully it's going to be a good one. I know there's card shows on in Newcastle at the moment, so I hope people do make it down to Tynemouth Market. So it'll be really appreciated if I'm not just there on my own. It'll be absolutely great. But yeah, what is happening this week, or what has happened this week, and what is upcoming? It's all exciting. It's all exciting. Getting ready for Christmas. So we've got the Smith's Toys debacle. I don't know if any of you were involved with that. Anybody involved with the Smith's Toys debacle? I was there from 1:30 in the morning. 1:30 in the morning. I was number one, right? In my Smith's Toys. I was number one. I don't think I'm doing that again. To be quite honest, I am really not doing that again. But yeah, they had all sorts of issues. I mean, it was really great. You know, a few good friends of mine were in the queue. You know, so we were kind of like in the sort of the top five, and we got chatting to the staff. Staff was so organised. So massive shout out to Smith's Toys. It was End, the one sort of near North Shields and the Silverlink. Amazing Smith's Toys. They did a really good job. So organised. They actually came with little forms, and they had little forms filled out, ready for us to tick a box for the product we want. And clearly, we wanted all three things, but mainly we wanted the Charizard UPC. That is absolutely what we wanted. And yeah, so we got to the front. We were let in on time. We were all stood by the queues, ready to go. It was so organized. It was so militant. It was really, really great. And I was having, because I was at the front. I was number one. I had 7 tills, so yeah, I could have been in the top 10, and it wouldn't have been a problem. But it must be like 50 to 100 people sort of queuing up for Pokemon. Crazy times. But I was at the front, chatting on with this guy, joking. I've obviously picked the good guy here. You're really fast on the till, aren't you? And he goes, yeah. He was really overconfident. And then he started trying to scan stuff, and the Charizard UPC wouldn't scan. And I was really gutted. It wasn't scanning the Charizard UPC. And I was like, and everybody else was getting saved around me. They were fine. All of you, every single, I think they opened up another till at the end. So there must be like 8 tills that were open. And yeah, he was like, scan, beep, and luckily the boss came down. She was absolutely great. She went, a receipt ran through, so she must have cleared the order, and then she went scan, and it scanned through fine. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad. So I managed to get the pre-order in for the 3 products, so that was great. So I've got my Charizard UPC absolutely secured. So we will be doing a box opening in December because it's delayed. Thank you, Pokemon Company, but it's absolutely delayed. It's going to be fun to open though, and I'm going to do it in the video. I mean, yeah, it's in December. I don't know, Christmas unboxing. But yes, but I managed to get it. Thank you so much for the likes, guys. Thank you so much. I'm just saying hi to everybody that coming in the TikTok as we're still doing this. So yeah, so I managed to get that pre-order in. Great, walked out, and there was loads of my friends like really horrified, going, "Mate, you were there at 1:30, and you're not going to get a Charizard UPC." And thankfully, I got one. But apparently, across the country, Smith's Toys were having like failures, and they had to even suspend the sales until like, I think it was like 8:30 when we started getting ours, and then it was like 10:30, and people were still trying to get them. They were sold out before 9. So I was, oh my goodness. So there's so many people out there going to be disappointed that the Smith's Toys sales didn't go through. I think they were regional. I think our region was probably okay, but they did it in like a regional allocation. So if you're like me in the northeast of England, there would have been so many thousands of units that were allocated. But imagine if you're in one of those stores, even if you're in that region, the rest of the region can just carry on if they're fine, and then the stock would be gone, which is so sad, right? I mean, I wish they would just do it as in each store got 100 or something. That would probably be fairer. But then some stores are busier than others. How are you supposed to gauge it? So I guess they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. So yeah, so that was great. No, I was gonna do a TikTok live, and I was gonna do a podcast recording, and there was gonna be like a whole special podcast recording planned whilst I was in that queue. However, it did dawn upon me at 5 o'clock in the morning when everybody in the queue was cold and withered. I mean, thankfully the rain sort of kept off us, right? But we were all cold and withered, and and I had more than this on. I had like a snuddy. I've got a snuddy thing that's covering my legs as if I'm a bit of a granddad situation going on, and yeah, I mean, I was fine, but some of them just had. There was even a guy who worked for the post office turned up, and he was in shorts. I mean, what do those post office guys do? Do they lather themselves in some sort of protected material on their legs so they don't feel the cold? I don't get it. But yeah, this guy was stood for hours with shorts on, long short things. Yeah, absolutely mental. But it was, it was an experience, and I'm just feel so thankful that I've got my receipt and we're ready to go. But they were so prepared. So again, a second shout out for that Smith's Toys at Wall's End, and the manager lady who was absolutely amazing. So that was beautiful. That manager was the best Smith's manager ever. Okay, so what's coming up again for the rest of this week? Well, actually, in less than a week's time, we've got the Phantasmal Flames pre-releases. I'm just saying hi to everybody who's joining there. So we've got the Phantasmal Flames pre-releases. So we've got the next set. You turn up to a Play Store with a ticket. You get a build and battle deck, which has got like 4 packs in it. Sometimes you get additional packs, depends where you go. And yeah, you just build a deck. I mean, the build a battle deck comes with a ready-made deck for that set, so it's already awesome at that point. And then you open packs. Now you could potentially get the likes of the big SIR cards. So we're looking for an SIR Charizard in this next set, and we're looking for the new special rarity golds that have come out. So the different arts, and the gold Charizard does look amazing. So between the SIR Charizard and the gold Charizard, they are just the most beautiful cards out there. So that's what people will be hunting for. They will absolutely be hunting for those Charizard cards. And you know what? With all recent releases, I'm just getting my SIRs and putting them to one side. I've actually got some SIRs grading at the moment as well. So hopefully that's upcoming. I mean, whenever Ace Grading get around to the grading. I think I put mine as part of the 30-day standard window a couple of weeks ago. So they should be coming back in the next week or two, I like to think. So I've got a Mega Gardevoir that's in there grading from the current set, the SIR. And I've got the Mega Venusaur grading, which should come back as a beautiful Ace art. So that will be so nice. It'll be so pretty. I've also got a load of tag teams as well. So I went to a local store. I went to Northumbrian Tin Soldier, and I was like, "Show me all your cards." And I love tag teams. They've got some really cool arts, and I've got them all going through grading. So we just had someone join. They call Utinos. Hi, hello, welcome, good morning, whatever you're doing. I hope you've not stayed up through the night. But yes, I've got all those things grading, and they're coming back, and yeah, hopefully they're gonna come back really nice, So 9s and 10s would be great. Some of them were probably going to be less, but it's an absolute gamble when you send things away for grading. But yes, good morning, especially if you're joining us and you've managed to stay up all night, or you are up early hours, or you're listening in on the podcast and you are working. And so this is for you. Shout out to those who are working. Work hard, work harder. Work for your lords and masters. Oh, I shouldn't laugh. I'm sat here in a car, really cold, with the MimiQ hat on, in my skull cap thing. I should really get a picture, shouldn't I? Just put a random post of how awful I look this morning. And it's still dark. It's going to be dark for a long time now. And we've just had the clocks change. How confusing was that? TikTok didn't even just adjust to my clock changes. So I don't know what was going on with TikTok world. So I always schedule before it's like 10 past, quarter past, it's 6 in the morning, you'll see a schedule sort of pop up. And it was like, oh yeah, it's like 10 past 5. Like, no. How about you adjust for the time that the rest of my electronics is going to adjust to? That'd be great, thanks. So I had to delete a schedule to rearrange a schedule, otherwise I'd be getting pinged as I'm kind of filling the car up ready for another Tynemouth Market. Oh, so yeah, so that's fun times. So we've got Tynemouth Markets. I'll be doing certainly the Sundays leading up to Christmas. Absolutely come down Tynemouth Market. It is going to be chilly. I mean, that's just the northeast in general, right? But certainly the northeast this time of year, it's going to be very, very chilly. So it's a really nice place. Come down, loads of Pokemon stores down here. I know there's card shows on and stuff like that, but they're overpriced, right? Don't go to these card shows. Come to Tynemouth Market. And yeah, there's loads of food and there's all sorts of other stalls and antiques and bric-a-brac. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. And obviously I come here every week, so it must be good, right? If I come here every week. Has to be good if a horrible hobbyist likes me can be here every week. It must be good. Please tell me it's good. Oh, it seems okay. But we've also got, and so not just in the world of Pokemon, but there's other releases. The world of TCG is absolutely crazy right now. I mean, we've just come out of Spider-Man, and we'll be going into kind of new Spider-Man sets come in early next year. But Spider-Man's still raw. Obviously, we've got Phantasmal Flames coming out. We've just come out of a Megas release, so that is absolutely amazing. So we've got two Pokemon sets close together. It's absolutely amazing. So I have to interrupt what I was saying there because somebody just said, "Hi, handsome." Now, unfortunately, I cannot read the language that is written in, but thank you so much for calling me handsome. You yourself are beautiful. You're the most beautiful person who has ever joined this podcast. So thank you very much. Thank you for being here. And thank you for taking time to say I'm handsome. Wow, it must be the hat. It's clearly the MimiQ hat that's doing it. So thank you very much. Oh, and now they want to meet me. Oh, if only. Would it come to Tynemouth Market? I think I'm falling into a trap. They may call these things honeypots, possibly. Is this a honeypot? Yeah, someone says that. As I said, it's got to be the hat. Wow, thank you. Wow, it must be the hat. This podcast recording has turned a bit of a corner. Oh, it's the coat. Oh, actually, it's a coat. You know what? I am a fan. In the UK, we still have like the US and probably lots of parts of the world. We have Costco's, and this is an absolute Costco special sort of thick thing here. I've still got my MimiQ hoodie on, so this is my MimiQ hoodie, and I've got my MimiQ badge here, and I have my MimiQ hat on, and I've got this horrible skull cappy thing to keep my ears warm. You have to look after your extremities. And I'm almost like a Pokemon trainer with these like cycling glove things to kind of keep my fingers. Now these things are really, really useful because you get to still use your fingers for cards, but you also the pads have got some grip on them. so when it comes to opening bags when you're cold, it's great. It opens bags. Or your cute face. Oh wow. I'm being okay. Podcast listeners, I am being buttered up by the audience this morning. I'm being absolutely everything about me so handsome. I mean, not to be all big-headed. It's clearly true. But it's clearly also the hat, because it's clearly a MimiQ, and you're obviously a MimiQ fan. Oh, we can meet up. Oh, if only. Come down to Tynemouth Market. Everyone can meet me there at Tynemouth Market. I was about to say I'm available. I'm available for TCG cards, mainly Pokemon. So if you want Tynemouth Market, it's in the northeast of England. You'll be there. Oh my goodness. Yes, and we will absolutely share in Pokemon together. I like how I'm playing this, right? You've got to give me some sort of kudos for trying to say cool under the Pokemon situation. Oh, amazing. Oh, cool. Well, thank you so much for being here this morning, everybody, in the TikTok world. Now, I do these things on TikTok Live because, I used to do these TikTok Lives just sat in the car going, oh my goodness, I'm just so cold. So cold. It wasn't quite as dark when I started, but I thought, why not? Speak to the TikTok audience. They can keep you nice and happy, and blah blah blah. So yeah, absolutely great. And people started saying, why don't you why why don't you do a podcast? And I do. So you can find me wherever you get your podcasts. So if you search for MimiQA, so that's MimiQA. So that's should we do it in the phonetic alphabet? I used to be a soldier, So Mike Mike India. Wow, I'm good so far. Quebec Alpha. Oh yeah. No, I'm trying to. I'm trying to read the. I'm trying to read the chat. Um, oh, so Uchinas, you know what? You know what? It's the live internet. Sometimes you get some strange things happen live on the internet. But you've got to love everybody. You got to love everybody. You've got to absolutely and I've got to explain this because this has been recorded for the podcast. Absolutely. So unfortunately, I can't pronounce. So the name that's written in a different language, you might have to write it in English so I can pronounce it. So I do apologize because I can't read that particular language. There is somebody who's dropped into the podcast and they are effectively declaring their love for me. And whilst that is so amazing, unfortunately, I am a married man. I am a married man. I'm a happily married man with with a number of children. So, but thank you so much for loving me. It is so appreciated. Uh, and someone says I look like Charlie Hunman. You know what? You'll have to send me pictures. You know what? I'll search later. I think I know who I. Unfortunately, I believe they are better. They are better looking than me. So thank you, Kel. So thank you so much for that. I Oh, and the person now in the chat. This is took a right twist. I don't know how much editing I will be doing in this particular podcast episode. I'm just gonna let it go out raw. I'm just gonna absolutely let it go. I think sometimes these conversations and these TikToks can take wild spins, and this one has took a spin so wild that someone has declared their love for me, and it doesn't matter how many people are part of that relationship. They are just so loving. So yeah, and they're being very serious. Well, I wish you all the best love for the person's name who I can't pronounce. But if you the person who's declaring their love there, if you want to type your name out in English, I should be able to say your name, so I can say it on the podcast. That would be great. So yeah, so Tynemouth. So someone just asked where is Tynemouth Market? So, and you've got the River Tyne, which is near Newcastle, and it's and as the name suggests, Tynemouth. That's how names originate. Usually there's a meaning behind them, but at the mouth of the River Tyne, just north of it, on the north side, you have a beautiful place called Tynemouth. It is beautiful, and there is a beautiful market there. And I should, for those international listeners, it's in the northeast of England. And so for the person's name I can't pronounce, your name is Magically. Okay, that's probably as far as I go. So thank you very much for sort of being here. Thank you for being part of this podcast. And I just want to go back and address Kel, I look like Charlie Hunman. I will absolutely be looking for Charlie Hunman. I think I know who that is, and I'm pretty sure they're way better looking than me. But they don't wear a MimiQ hat, so maybe that's the winning card, Kel. That is absolutely and Utnios. Thank you so much for being here as well. You guys are what absolutely make these particular podcasts. And you know what? You give me so much positivity this world. Um, so Oh, so magically is saying, please edit me out. I don't want my wife finding out. Oh no. Oh no. You're on the internet saying stuff live, dude. Yeah, the internet's never seen. You know what? I think I was reading something absolutely crazy about cryptography. This has gone way beyond Pokemon and hobbies and all that sort of stuff. But I was reading something really interesting about cryptography and how fast we are able to decrypt things now out in the technology world, out on the wide internet. uh, and no matter what so if you send something on the internet today, in a few years time it'll be decrypted. Like that's just technology is going so wild that that you could people are literally downloading the internet just to keep it for the time when I say people, it's not just a random person off the street. I'd like to think, but they are literally downloading the internet, uh, and then essentially in a few years' time, all your secrets are out. So there was a South Park episode which I think sort of parodies this. It's the trolls episode, and I think there was a certain Scandinavian region which was being trolled by South Park, and they were troll hunters. But yeah, you know what? It's absolutely so parodying that, and I think they were releasing trolls. Oh yes, wow. So I'm trying. So Utnios is chatting with our other friend there in the chat. He was saying that they're next to their partner asleep, but Utnios is saying that they're trying not to wake up their family because the other person is making them laugh. Oh wow, it's never so spicy this morning in the podcast chat. So thank you, podcast listeners. Taps, give likes, whatever for yourselves because thank you very much for being here and absolutely contributing to the podcast this week. So Blue Batman 6-7. Oh no, I'm going to start coughing now. 6s and 7s. So that has just reminded me of, you will see Mimi. I can't say my daughter's name, but yeah, Mini Mimi will join me on podcasts. I was going to do one the other day, but you know what it's like with an 8-year-old. Sometimes you can't always do a podcast, and they will be doing their cats and stuff, and they will be joining me on podcasts. And they've actually got one of my older MimiQ jumpers that they're going to start wearing. So that will be absolutely great. And there is someone asked for a 6 and 7 cat, a 6s and 7s cat, and Blue Batman in the chat there just goes 6-7. Which is like 6s and 7s. and when I was talking about South Park there, that their recent episode was 6s and 7s, but it was, I guess, spanned beyond that, and it was more about. I'm not going to talk about the subjects in that because I've got a family friendly podcast here, but it was funny. So check it out. I'm a big fan. Oh, what time? Someone just asked there what time it is. So Harrison Dunlop, it is 6:37 in the morning. We have just had the clocks go back, so we've had an extra hour sleep. Now, thankfully, phones adjust to it. Apart from my TikTok reminder, it didn't adjust. So there must be something wrong. So I had to do it for an hour ahead for it to look an hour back. But actually, if I looked ahead in my schedules, all my other schedules are fine. So there must be something wrong with TikTok schedules. It doesn't quite handle it for the day of the clocks changing. So I'll have to remember that for 6 months' time, right? Your clock says 7:37. Well, this morning it is 6:38. The clocks themselves have rolled back. So double check. As I'm now checking my iPad there to make sure the clocks have changed. I check my watch. Hold on. My watch says it is still 6:38. So yeah, it's you know what? It's absolutely, yeah. It's one of these things where it so 7:37. It's between 6 and 7. What time is it? It's between 6 and 7. Oh my goodness, I'm joining in with it all. Oh, I don't believe in changing it. I mean, if you don't believe in changing the time, that's fine. You'll just only be right once a year, right? Or instead of 6 months of the year. But you know what? I absolutely get it. Some people don't like the clocks changing, and I do absolutely get it. It does make things, sometimes a bit darker or whatever. But well, I say darker. It's a bit lighter, so the light's already coming up now. I think that's the main reason, wasn't it? I mean, I think the whole rumor, whether it be true, it's all farmer related and making sure that people get up at a time where they can go farm. I think farmers are out regardless, whether it's light or dark. They've got big lights on the tractors now, right? So it doesn't really matter. So I do actually get the sentiment as well around what does it matter now? But yeah, I'm not a politician. I don't think a guy sat in the car waiting for Tynemouth Market wearing a MimiQ hat should be making decisions about our lives and how we live our lives. So that is absolutely fine. I can live with that. So we've had M-16 there saying 6-7 with a shocked face. I think it's a shocked face anyway. I don't. It's kind of like like a stunned 6-7. And have I got to do sixes and sevens? Honestly, I think that is one of the craziest crazes. One of the crazes that we have at the moment is social media and how much it can affect our day-to-day lives. Oh my goodness, we've just got absolutely wild there. So Harris has just said we can't go back in time. So how? How it doesn't make sense. I know, right? Time is just a concept. It's just for a way for us to make determine reality. No, I get it. And you know what? Sometimes it does boggle the brain. You know what? When I was doing advanced maths and stuff when I was younger for the particular technical role I was going into, there was the time where we were doing a lot of the formulas to work out. You know, there was kind of formulas and ways that you work out various different things within mathematics. So the mathematical constants, those sorts of formulas, and obviously the sort of clever people who derive them have and you can go to the ends of the earth to work out how they've got to this formula to work out something. And at some point, I remember in those classes, the teacher just goes, "You know what? It just is." And we all looked to each other in this class for this role we were doing, the technical military role, and we just looked at each other going, "You know what? It just is. You just have to accept it." But there are some people in life where we have to dive deeper, right? We have to go, well, why? But it does make it easier if you go, it just is. You have to accept it, and it's not until sometimes you get those examples in life where people are telling you it just is, and then you're like, but I can't accept it. And then you go, right, fine, I'll show you. So, and then someone goes and spends hours and hours and hours showing you how this mathematical equation is all kind of calculated and things. And then you go, oh, right, yeah, okay, so I'll trust you next time. So those people who know what they're talking about, if they say, just trust me, bro. As long as they're qualified, trust them. But yes, no, it absolutely doesn't make sense, and I believe in you. I think we just time traveled today, so we must time travel. At least at least. You know what? I don't think Professor Brian Cox listens to this, but if he does, he would tell me it's not possible, and I've got to have faith in that guy. So he's absolutely amazing. Oh, but yes, that was a massive tangent. Let's come to the end of that particular tangent. We were talking about TCGs and how quickly they were releasing, so we will absolutely get back to that point. They are releasing so fast, and so we've had Phantasmal Flames coming up now just after Megas. We talked about Spider-Man. It only just released not long ago, and now we've got if you like the Gundam TCG, so the second set in Gundam just come out, and that is an amazing game. So if you're not into TCGs, pick up things like Gundam, open a few packs. The cards are so pretty, really good quality. One Piece has had however many crazy releases. So you've had this celebrations, you have the new sets coming out, and I've only just found. I mean, I said just found. I knew it was on Netflix for a while, but I've only just picked up the One Piece TV series, and that is, you know what, the first few episodes, it's so good to the anime. Now I've only watched, I'm into double figures, I'm not into the four figures of where it got to in the anime, but certainly for the introduction of the characters and things, that the live action One Piece is so great, and the actor they get to play, Luffy is you know what, he fits the bill absolutely perfectly, absolutely amazing. Every single one of the characters is so loyal to the anime. It's so great, as much as you can do in live action. And when Zoro starts doing the his three sword thing, I I had to say to my wife, who hadn't actually watched the anime, she's like, "Well, why has this dude got three swords?" And I was like, "Well, he's called the three sword technique. He puts it in his mouth." Even I, who like anime and think this is awesome, find that particular thing quite weird. I mean, he's going to break his jawline, right? But no, he's obviously trained his jaw somehow. I don't know quite how that works, but yeah, he's trained his jaw. Take from that what you will. Oh my goodness. Yes. So animes. So animes, TCG releases, some more TCG releases. What else have we got? Star Wars Secrets of Power has come out, or is coming out, and that set looks so gorgeous as well. I mean, the lead, for me, the leader cards aren't something I'm going to chase, but I have to concede that with any TCG, there's got to be cards that you don't like and other people do. So I absolutely get that. So Secrets of Power is going to be an absolutely great set. I think they'd be cool. But I'm also looking forward to the next ones, which will be due sort of very, very soon. So into next year. We've got the pre-release events for that. So I know we're doing it Northumbrian Tin Soldier. So not tomorrow Monday, but the Monday after. So on the 3rd of November. Wow, we're into November already. We will be doing our pre-releases there. So come down for those pre-releases. You'll see them on the websites. You'll see them on the event locators. There's also Store Champs, which I think is the week after that, which is like the 7th. So where people come down, we compete for stuff. So that'll be amazing as well. Yeah, it's all good. It's all what other? I'm sure there's another anime. I'm sure there'll be a Lorcana out or something, But it's just everybody, every TCG is getting ready. They've got that build up that they are getting ready for the Christmas time. So it's lovely, but there's a lot of stuff to buy. Phantasmal Flames will be doing our openings in not this week, but the week after, I think. So, join us, follow us on TikTok. You will see the openings live. I will try and capture as many videos as possible to then share it across the different streaming platforms. I used to try and stream on Instagram, but you've got to have like 2,000 followers. And I'm like, I'm not that big. I've got a few hundred followers. I don't have many thousands. So they've gone all elitist, and I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not streaming on there. And then we got Facebook, which allows you to do it, but the quality is really sort of crazy. But yeah, so I will be opening at least 12 booster boxes of Phantasmal Flames, and probably a lot more. And just on that point there, Red Riding Hood said, good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Thank you for all the likes there, Red Riding Hood. Good morning. How are you? Have you got any Pokemon related questions? Any discussion topics that you would like to discuss in MimiQA this morning on episode 9 podcast recordings? So look for MimiQA, and you will find me talking into these mics. It's usually on a Sunday evening, certainly in the UK. I'll be editing the podcast. And editing these days is probably a lot lazier than episode 1. I used to go through, and every time I got I used to edit it out. But now it's just, you know what? It is what it is. It's raw. So I put a bit of music at the start. I put a bit of music at the end. I've stopped doing little intro things because obviously it's late at night by the time I'm editing, and I don't want to disturb my child who's in bed. I don't want to disturb my wife. But yeah, but Utinos, thank you for staying. So thank you, yeah. So thank you for being with us, and I hope you don't meet that other person in real life, the one that was threatening to marry us both. Red Riding was like, I don't know what's going on there. There have been some crazy stuff in this chat. Let's just say so. Red Riding Hood sister from Wales. Wow. Okay. Cool. Amazing. So it is nice and bright and early where you are. It's probably a little bit chillier. I mean, sometimes Wales gets the benefit of being on the west, but it can be very, very cold, wet, and damp. I have spent many a day in Wales, cold and damp, with my old job. For those who know what I used to do, but yes, and the likes of the Brecon Beacons and so on. So that was great. That was fun. Used to love that. Right. And I had the most weird. And actually, now that you've said this, I used to, obviously in that previous role, adventure training and stuff like that, or after an exercise or something, and used to sort of do a fun activity. I remember, and I'm sure it was Cardiff. I'm going to say Cardiff. I absolutely apologise if this was not Cardiff. It could have been somewhere else. It was many, many decades ago now. And there was this indoor go-karting place. Now, I hadn't been to an indoor go-karting place before. And I feel as if the people who run it didn't run many sessions because the ventilation was awful. And I left there with the most rotten headache ever from all of the fumes from the. It was really, really fun, but I had such a bad head. So my some of my thoughts and feelings about Wales now. Oh, I remember that when I did that go karting and I had a rotten headache for ages. Yeah, that was fun. And you know what? I think I've only just slept off my headache from yesterday. So for those who are just joining us, I was just talking about I was at the Smiths Toys pre-release from 1:30 in the morning yesterday, and obviously there was a lot of people who joined the queues and potentially missed out because of the faults that were happening at Smith's Toys. That's how crazy that's how crazy the Pokemon releases have been. The Pokemon releases have been because systems, these mega toy superstores that have been around forever and have honed their craft, are failing because of the Pokemon craze. It's just mind boggling. I oh yes, North Wales. You know what though? I'm going to tell a story now. Pull up a sandbag. I'm about to tell you a story. So when I was younger, in the days before I was married, and we're talking decades ago, me and my friends, used to go out drinking, and we go to, I think it was in Salisbury. We used to do this, and we were into I was into my kind of first real sort of job, sort of down south. And again, for those who know what I used to do, I would have been in my 20s, early 20s, and we went to a nightclubs, but we would have stories because you couldn't talk about what your actual job was, or you weren't supposed to. So people would make up jobs, right? Like underwater wood welder. Okay, people would make up jobs like that. Stupid jobs. But when you were trying to gauge a relationship in I'm done. How do I say this apart from we were chatting up women and hopefully being chatted up? Okay, it can work both ways. Not back then. Not back then. It didn't. It was a very different time. Men had to try a lot harder. I'm actually joking. I'm joking. But me and my friends, we used to have a weird story. So when you say North Wales, I used to say that I was a dolphin trainer, and we were stationed in North Wales in a place called Rhyl. Now, if you ever have to tell a lie, and it's a lie as bad as that, when you're out nightclubbing, you've got to have a backstory because people might ask questions. And so I think our backstory was at that time that yeah, exactly. So I was a dolphin trainer in Rhyl, and we used to train dolphins to plant limpet mines on ships. So, and we would strap sonar beacons to the dolphins' heads to confuse enemy enemy sonar. It was so awful. This lie was just so awful. It was so crazy. And the thing that made it plausible, right, is that I can make a noise, which to some untrained people may sound like a dolphin. Now, I will make that noise in a minute, and you can judge for yourself. And there was a couple of types of the noise, and and my friend used to say I used to say he was a good swimmer, but when you kind of like pretending to be drunk, he'd be like, "Oh, but you talk to the dolphins, man. You talk to the dolphins. You got away with dolphins." I go, dude. You're like the best swimmer. No one can swim as good as you. I'm not as fast. He goes, yeah, man, but I just want to talk to the dolphins. and and you would have these like ladies stood there going, oh wow, maybe they are dolphin trainers, and they would just question reality because we'd gone into this whole we'd gone into this whole piece. And just a shout out, actually, the guy was called Jay. We'll call him JT, right? But the guy was called Jay, and what, I don't think he's ever going to listen to this, but he was such an amazing guy, sort of back then. Drifted apart as friends do over the years. But yeah, Rhyl. I've never been to Rhyl. I'd love to go to Rhyl and go, wow, I used to be a dolphin trainer here. But I will try and make the noise. It can be very difficult first thing in the morning, in the cold, sat in the car. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Hold on. I wish I could mute the mic so I could practice. So, or anyway, I don't know how that's going to come across. I don't know absolutely how that's going to come across on a mic, but it sounds better when you're lightly whispering it into the ear of a. But yeah, not many people can do it. I guess not many people try, right? Well, why would you try and make a noise like that? So not many people try. So I'll do it again. And then And oh, thank you for the gifts. Oh my god, is that because I'm performing? Oh, Red. Oh, thank you so. Oh my goodness, is this to fund my trip to to Rill? But then you're saying don't go. But then you're saying to, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness me, oh goodness me. I'll do the noise again. Is that because I'm a dolphin trainer? Maybe that's going to be my career now because you've kickstarted my career as a dolphin trainer. However, training them to plant limpet mines on ships and strapping sonar beacons to their heads sounds very. It sounds like a thing that I don't want to get involved with. But I would love to swim with dolphins out in the wild. That would be great. Oh, thank you so much, Red Riding Hood. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being absolutely amazing. That is absolutely beautiful. So you have a really great day now ahead of you. So thank you so much for that. Oh wow. When people drop in and they drop gifts like that, it's just so beautiful. And there's so many beautiful people in this world. And Red Riding Hood, you are beautiful. So oh wow. Okay. Wow. That's great. You know what? I don't necessarily, as much as the functionality is there for gifts and stuff like that. I love it when we've got my daughter and we're doing stuff like the drawings and things like that, and people start gifting, and she loves it. And I actually, if she gets gifts when we're doing the live streams, I buy her Pokemon packs basically. I'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna turn the gifts into hearts and things that I can share with other people and other live streamers. And then I say, thank you so much, daughter, for being cool. Here's some Pokemon packs. The last time I did that, however, she got the gold. She got the gold Lucario from Mega Evolutions. I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do this. She's got a card that's worth hundreds of pounds because she did some cat videos on TikTok. How bizarre is that? I mean, but that's a story that will live with her for the rest of her life, I guess. And I will remind her when she's older. So that gold card you've still got in your folder. It's because of this. So, oh well, thank you there, Red Riding Hood. You're absolutely amazing. You get a shout out, Red Riding Hood, in the podcast. So thank you for being amazing. So we've got Jacob there in the chat saying hello, Jacob. Morning. People are just waking up, having loads of fun. Who else do we have in the chat? We've got Girl Death. I mean, wow. Okay. Am I okay with a certain type of people? I absolutely am. There's only so much you can kind of say in the algorithms and stuff like that. I'm okay with whoever you are, whatever you're doing. I mean, I'm sat here with a MimiQ hat on. I mean, how crazy is that? I mean, so long as you're happy and you be kind to each other, that's all I ever want. For those of you who, I think I've said this on a couple of podcasts. There's a film called Dogma out there, and it's got a central theme, which obviously, it pokes fun at religion and so on, which in a comedy way, I think everything should be open to, a jibe, whatever you do, and laugh. Comedy is supposed to cross lines. I absolutely get that. But the central theme is just be cool to each other. So no matter who you are in life, whatever you want to do, so as long as you're not harming anybody else and you're just being a nice person, and then I absolutely feel like, it doesn't matter what you want to call yourself, what you want to do. You want to sit here in a car with a MimiQ hat, just be awesome to each other. And that, I think, the central theme in that movie kind of does, resonate that. And I think that's why for me it'd be one of the greatest movies of all time. I mean, apart from Jane Silent Bob and stuff, awesome. But yeah, the central themes in there are so beautiful. It's really great. So anyway, this been so twisty and turny this podcast this morning. Wow, I think I'd got to before you cool people started telling me and asking questions, which is great. You can come here on the podcast and on the TikTok and start doing stuff. But I think I was talking about TCG releases, and I've just done my pricing this morning for a lot of my Mega Evolutions. I've just done some card market stuff. So if you're into card market, you can find MimikyuMark on card market. Some of my stuff needs to be readjusted because it's too expensive. I think a lot of my Spider-Man stuff can still be too expensive. It'll just take me time to get around to it and go through. But when you've done pre-releases and no one knows what the values are, you just throw stuff on there and see how it goes. So I need to adjust those. So I need to tell myself off for that. But because there's been so many releases, it's been hard to catch up with it. And I've been catching up with my with my Pokemon stuff. I've got loads of things. I've got hundreds of cards out on Card Market. So take a look. And obviously take a look at MimiQA. So this is a podcast. So search for it. MimiQA, all one word. Wherever you get your podcast. I'm actually, it's so crazy that the podcast can just go so viral. I mean, I've got people listening all over the world. It's crazy. So you guys on TikTok right now who are listening to me and seeing this live, this is a live podcast recording, and this will absolutely be going into the ears of maybe a dozen people around the world. But it's so beautiful. It's beautiful to do something like this. So thank you so much for being here, everybody. It's so amazing. Yeah, wow, okay. And then sometimes you get people like that. Oh, wow, okay. So I mean, you guys can be so amazing. It's absolutely great. And um I hope that there we go. Just adjusting something here on the TikTok. I hope that you guys can absolutely be here and just enjoy this, and enjoy this conversation. Sometimes I get distracted because there are people saying naughty things in my chat. Usually, TikTok actually has an algorithm which if people say certain keywords, it sort of blurs them out. But people have found a way around it. People have found a way around it to say things. But this is family friendly, or at least I try to be family friendly. I mean, I don't know who's up at. It's now 7 o'clock in the morning. Wow, 7 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning, ready to go to Tynemouth Market, ready for another Pokemon-filled day and all the other TCG goodness that I've got. So yeah, absolutely come down to Tynemouth Market and come say hello. And thank you for following. Oh, someone just followed there. Pokemon Trainer Kiwi. Oh, thank you, Pokemon Trainer Kiwi. Thank you for following there. And loads of likes. We've had people chuck me loads of roses this morning. We've had people hit the tap and it does all the likes. Thank you so much. It's so great. It's going to be such a fun day today. I have so many cards here ready to go for the market itself, and because the clocks have just changed, it's got brighter sooner. It's really going to be a fun-filled day. So thank you so much for being here. I've got who's there just joined. Madalena just joined. Welcome. So we've got Pokemon Trainer Kiwi, or I'll just call you Kiwi, I guess. And we've got Madalena. Welcome. On my preparing for Tynemouth Market. I'm even sat here with my hands. My hands are starting to freeze up now. They've been in a position for too long. I've even got here my price gun. I mean, look at this. I've got my pricey thing here. So this will help me price. I people think I'm absolutely joking when I'm in here doing prices this morning. If a price has changed on a card, or if I'm way out, I will absolutely pull out the price gun and I start pricing the cards here in the car because I want you guys on the market to be getting a realistic price for your card. Now, I don't tend to be. I try to be low. I always try to hit Card Market Low, which is the site where we get our values and stuff. So it's all supply and demand things. But I tend to be on the low or worst case medium. Okay, I absolutely will never be lowest all the time. Ultimately, but I also have to pay for a stall. So I guess. But I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. What else has been happening this week? Oh yeah, I had a winning bid on a Charizard card. Oh my goodness, you guys have so. Paldean Fates came along. It was still fairly early days for us doing the market stuff. I opened up a load of Paldean Fates because it was a special release. It was one of the 0.5 sets. I opened up loads of ETBs, and we had, I think at the time, like 3 or 4 Charizards, and we had like 3 or 4 Bubble Mews. I mean, the most traumatic part of my memories is thinking back to, I think the most expensive Bubble Mew we sold for £150, like way back then, and the cheapest one, the very last one I sold, was £90 for a Bubble Mew, a card that is like £300 to £400 now. So there, wow, yeah, that's how bad I feel. But I've always I opened the Bubble Mew recently. I pulled it from a pack of Paldean Fates, and I've got that in my nice binder. But I've always wanted to get the Charizard again from Paldean Fates. So, I've handled loads of these things, and it's like, oh, I would really like one. And I've sold some Magic the Gathering cards for a decent amount of money. And I thought, you know what? I've got some money there. I can just buy one of these Charizards. And there's been a slight dip in the Paldean Fates Charizard's value. So it was above £200. I think it was a little bit more. It's dropped below there now. And I put in a winning bid for it was about £170, £180 ish. It's between, once you had to have the fees, it was just over 170. And that's, for me, that's a really good value. And so as long as yourself can justify that, and you're not having to sacrifice a mortgage to pay for your Pokemon addiction. It was it, and you know what? It looked really nice. The card. It was really nice centering. I want that in my collection. I want that next to the Bubble Mew in my collection. But yeah, there is just certain cards when you do the thing I do. There's certain cards with which do resonate, and that for me, between the Bubble Mew and the Charizard, it was always the Charizard that was just an amazing card. And I'm thinking now, and I let a Charizard card from Obsidian Flames. So it's a very similar art. Obviously, one's a shiny Charizard, one's not. But the Obsidian Flames SIR Charizard, I would really like one of those too. And I think I'm falling into the Charizard trap. So for those of you who collect Pokemon, will be fully aware of what this Charizard trap is. You will see a Charizard card and you go, "Oh, that's amazing! Charizard's like the best Pokemon," and you will fall for the Charizard hype. You will absolutely fall for the Charizard hype, and I think I'm falling for the Charizard hype. And now I like Mimikyus. Every single Mimikyu that comes out, I collect, and there is a couple of Mimikyus coming out with the Phantasmal Flames. It absolutely skipped my radar because there'd just been some for the Destined Rivals set. There was a Team Rocket in that one. So yeah, so I'll be getting the Holo and Reverse Holo, and that'll be another addition to my Mimikyu collection, which is great. They seem to release Mimikyus at a very kind of odd rate compared to some other Pokemon. There are some Pokemon out there. Is it toucan or something? Is very or toucan? It's it's playing on an actual bird in real life. But yeah, it's got the colourful beak. That Pokemon. It's got like two cards, and I do feel as much as I am a Mimikyu collector, and I'm sure we're going to get more tag teams with Gengar. We're going to get some beautiful stuff. I sometimes feel like other Pokemon need some more love, right? So it's not just the Mimikyu. I wish they would print more of the other Pokemon out there that they've created. So there's 1,025 Pokemon. This time next year there'll be more. So there'll be a game released this time next year. So yes, we have Z2A is out now, which would be great. My daughter's getting it for Christmas. I've got to whisper into the mic. Oh no, I think she might listen to this actually. Oh no, I'm gonna have to edit that out. But yeah, so she's asked for that for Christmas. So you never know if you're listening, Mimi. If you're really nice, you may get something like this. Don't spoil it. But yeah, so Z2A is out now. There is going to be the next full game, we'll call it. So then the successor to Scarlet Violet will come out next year. And so there's going to be more Pokemon. So there's 1,025 Pokemon now. If you're getting ready for the Pokedex next year, have some more space ready. There could be up to another 100-ish Pokemon. I mean, yeah, I think 151 was obviously the first release. And then I think there was a few releases down the line, and we had a bit more. It was like 160s, 170s. There was a release of Pokemon, but we've got to 1,025 now. Oh, my goodness. So for those of you who are collecting Pokedexes, I'm trying to do a posh Pokedex. So I've just recently acquired that Paldean Fates SIR Charizard card, praying the sale was real. The guy had like 300 positive, 100 positive, 100% positive, but he had 300 reviews as well. I'm like, it's awesome. So I'm obviously praying that this card comes and it's in a good state. But it's going to be in a folder anyway. It's not going to be scalped if the prices fly up. But we've also got some great releases coming out. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. Now we're hitting nearly the hour mark on my podcast. So I will probably be ending the podcast portion of this TikTok session soon. For the actual TikTok itself, I'll probably just keep going. I always do a bit of an after party on TikTok. It's become a bit of a tradition, and I don't know why I do it. I think I just like to vent about the podcast recording. Oh, that was a really great session, and let's vent. But it's been absolutely amazing. It's been an amazing session. And these things fly by. I mean, it's so amazing how quickly a podcast recording can go for those of you who may or may not do this sort of stuff. And it's so easy to do. But find me out there, MimiQA, MimiQA. And people who are listening on the podcast going, yes, we know who you are. We found you. That's why we're listening. But for those of you in TikTok land, yeah, come search for me. It'd be absolutely a great experience. But yeah, and you know what? Today is looking like it's going to be a bright day. I'm seeing clear skies. There was red skies last night. So if you're superstitious, and there is a science behind why the sky is red at night and red in the morning and all that sort of stuff. And traditionally it is clear skies. It's all to do with the atmospherics. Clever science stuff that I can probably just not explain at 7 o'clock in the morning. But there is some clever science stuff, and it looks like it's going to come true. It looks like it's going to be a nice day. I think later on, probably into the I'm going to do a weather report section of my podcast. Maybe this is what I do now. Instead of the joke section, we've moved to weather. Wow, a massive downturn. Yes, but in the weather section of today's MimiQA podcast, weather is looking good on a Sunday, a day that when you're listening has already passed. So it only benefits people who are on TikTok. So wow, I think my prediction should always be 100% correct. Or you listen to this and go, oh my goodness, Mark, what have you done? Yes, so I think it's going to drizzle later potentially, or certainly the chances of drizzle are going to be a bit, yeah. But it's going to be a beautiful day. Now, I don't know what it's going to be like because the card show in Newcastle's on. So again, go to these card shows, have a fun time. I can't help but think that sometimes cards are overpriced at card shows. I mean, great, you've got them all in one place. But I think if you go to the likes of online sales, Tynemouth Market, local card stores, so your LGSs, take a trip to an LGS. I go to Northumbrian Tin Soldier in North Shields, and I know there's other stores out there, but that's my favorite. It's certainly my local, and I go there, and they've got so much variety. The cards, you got staff who actually know what they're talking about with their collections. Sometimes card shows, I don't know, it just takes the magic away a little bit. Yeah, it's a great gathering. It's obviously a day out, but so is Tynemouth Market, and they're actually Tin Soldier. Northumbrian Tin Soldier is actually open some Sundays. So today they're open, maybe not next, but the one after they will be. So you can go to Tynemouth Market and then go straight to Tin Soldier, and enjoy the hobby and enjoy. They've got board games and all sorts. It's great, and the various clubs and all the live events. Check out their website. Have I done my salesy bit now? Probably. But yeah, you know what? It has been an absolutely great morning. I got loads. You know what? I must have got about 100 cards there priced this morning, ready to go in. Now, there's one of my boxes which has got stuff that goes up on my mesh. I've not priced them yet this morning, so hopefully the queues don't start too early so I can catch up with some of my pricing later on today. And hopefully my fingers don't freeze. I mean, I've got fingerless gloves on, so I can actually handle the cues. So hopefully my fingers don't freeze this morning. I've got a shout out there to Chrissy, who's part of my MimiQ fan club. So welcome, Chrissy. Hello. So I don't know if sometimes people join for me just talking rubbish, or they talk for my daughter and her special drawing skills. And occasionally I've got cat. I put cat videos up. I've not done one for a while. I've not done a live with the cat recently. So I need to do some more lives with the cat. So that'll be great. But yes, we are ready for another Tynemouth Market this morning. It's gonna be a little bit frosty. I think this is probably welcome to autumn. Welcome to the winter months of the MimiQA podcast. Wow, it's gonna be chilly. It's gonna be a little bit chilly this morning. I'm not. My fingers are gonna literally freeze off. Wow. But yes, no, thank you so much for being amazing, people. You guys are what makes this so worthwhile, because you get me absolutely fired up and ready for the day ahead. And we've had some great conversations in the chat today. So just a quick overview. I think we've had somebody declare their love for me, which is great. I've gone through my dolphin trainer history. For those who are joining now, you'll be like, "What? You used to be a dolphin trainer? Listen to the podcast, and you will even hear me do a noise." Oh, maybe. Hold on. I forgot. TikTok's all about gifting, right? Okay, I will do a dolphin noise. I will do a number of dolphin noises if I get a big gift. There we go. And I'm probably not going to get one now, but it is absolutely amazing. So yes, I used to be a dolphin trainer. Listen to the podcast, and you'll go through the whole conversation about me talking to dolphins. Wow, I've probably just blown so many minds. But yes. It was kind of a thing, kind of not a thing. It was a story. It was definitely a story. It was definitely a backstory. There we go. And then we had a guy declaring love to us, who wanted to marry 2 or 3 of us together, who was there next to the wife, not trying to wait. Sometimes these TikTok conversations can go absolutely wild. And then we've talked about, obviously, the stuff that was happening at Smith's Toys. So, share your experience if you were part of that journey with Smith's Toys. Certainly from with me in Wall's End and the Wall's End Smith's Toys. The manager, a lady in there, was absolutely amazing, and they were so prepared. It was so, I've got nothing but positive things to say about that store. And if somebody did get affected at that store, it certainly wasn't because of the staff at the time. It was a back end system. I nearly didn't get mine because of the issues that were going on, but the manager managed to sort out the systems, so I was able to get my Charizard UPC pre-order. So thankfully, I've got my receipt in hand. I've got it somewhere safe, locked away. I've got absolutely. but you have to, right? You have to. So, and welcome, Nat, who's also part of the Mim Fam Club. I've got to say hello there. Welcome. I will probably be doing, if not later today, then this week. I will also be doing my daughter, who does the cat drawings. Oh, thank you. Hello. Oh, welcome. Oh, you got a heart. Okay, right. You've sent me a heart, and now you probably don't know what you're getting yourself in for now. I said earlier in the podcast, and we were talking about me being a dolphin trainer and talking to dolphins. It was all a backstory, a made up story 2 decades ago, when we were out like clubbing, and me and my friend used to have this act. Anyway, but I can do a noise, and we convinced people it sounded like a dolphin trainer talking to dolphins. Are you ready? Prepare yourself. Hold on. I've got to make sure I'm prepared. There you go. There you go. That's all I'm performing. But I just said there. I did say, just, I don't know if you realized as you were joining. I said I did say, if somebody sent like a big gift or something, I would do the noise, and you sent it there, so I did the noise. So I'm being honest to myself. So there you go. But I did say, join in, listen to the podcast, and you will hear me tell the story, and then eventually say the noise, and then somebody gifted. Oh, never mind. So yes, great. At least I've had a good laugh this morning as well before going into the market. So what I need to do now is I'm actually going to stay on to TikTok, but I'm going to end the podcast. So I will just going to click my stop on the podcast recording. So if you're listening on the podcast, thank you so much for being with me. You guys make this so worthwhile, and it's a fun experience to do these podcasts. So thank you so much for podcast listeners. Talk to you soon.